Hi everyone and welcome back to another video on MotoGP 20 here on this channel, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the new update 1.09 which brings the Red Bull Rookies Cup class, and we're going to be starting the championship in today's video. Now this will be a separate series to my main series, so don't worry, the other series will be carrying on. Now they have brought some other fixes for online, sound improvements, AI fixes as well for qualifying and warm-ups. New MT helmets, KRE models. There's new Moto 2 and Moto 3 classes updated in 3D models and liveries. So there's plenty of fixes and things added, which is brilliant. But first up, let's get straight into a new episode in the Red Bull Rookies Cup. Right, so in today's video we're going to jump straight into the Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup Championship. Now this is going to run alongside my other series, and don't worry, the next episode of my other career mode will be out very soon as well, and it's an absolute cracker. Now we're going to just jump straight into this and see what it's like. A shame they didn't add this from the start, because I do like the Red Bull Rookies. So let's get straight into it. So here we go. Right, so this championship is going to consist of 13 races, and we're going to run it on 35% distance on the hardest level. So it's going to be 2 races in Spain, 2 races in France, 1 in Italy, 2 in Germany, 2 in Finland, 2 in Austria, and 2 in Spain again around Aragon. So we're going to start today's episode. We're going to do the first 2 races in Jerez. And I'm not sure how hard they're going to be in the Red Bull Rookies Cup. We're going to just do a couple of tested laps, get straight into the qualifying, and like I said, I'm going to do both races. If we're too quick in the qualifying, in the second race, I'm not going to qualify. So let's get straight to it and see what this is like. This is going to be awesome. Right, this is going to be our lap time. Is it going to get us in a good position? And over the line, and that takes us to second position. But we still got some time. Let's put in another lap and see if we can get pole position. But like I said, if we're too quick in the qualifying, in the second race we're going to do no qualifying and just start from the back, because I think it's fun. But we'll keep, obviously it'll be on the same distance, so it'll be 2 races of 6 laps. And yeah, we're going to try and do that. So it's 13 races overall. So that will be a few videos for the Red Bull Rookie Cup Championship. But I do like doing these championships. I would have done it from the beginning if it was on the game before we did Moto 3, but they obviously didn't add it early enough. So, but anyway, let's see if we can beat that time. So the time we need to beat is a 1:52.036, and we are up at Sector 2. That is good. Starting to get the feel of these bikes. Now these bikes, like Moto 3, you can just chuck them into the corners and hope for the best. And you can only select the medium compound tyres for the Red Bull Rookies Cup, so there's no having to decide on different compounds. There is only, oh god, got a little bit wide in that turn. Oh bloody hell, chatting away and not concentrating. But we've got second place, so don't improve on this lap, it's no biggie. But yeah, 2 races in today's episode, so I'm not sure whether the second race is going to be straight after in different weather conditions. We're just going to have to see. But let's just see if we can just finish this off. That's not too bad round there. Is this lap going to be any quicker? I think this is going to be very tight. Are we going to beat it? And oh no, we didn't beat it. We were faster than our first lap, but that is the qualifying over, and we take second spot. So we're not the quickest, so that is good. To be honest, I don't want to be the quickest. I like a challenge, and so there's 2 of us that were in the low 152s. It's going to be interesting. A lot of them are a second slower, but we'll see what the race is like. So let's get straight into the first race in the Red Bull Rookies Cup.
Hello and welcome to the Jerez de la Frontera circuit. Just a few more minutes to wait before the Spanish Grand Prix finally begins. The weather is great and the temperature is perfect for racing, so we're just waiting to find out which riders have opted for hard tyres and which have opted for soft.
Right, so here we go with today's race in brilliant conditions around the Jerez circuit in Spain. Now, this is where youths can get a chance to prove they are good enough to move up the classes. And if they are really good, they end up in the GP class. So let's see if we can match some of these youth riders. And let's go with 9 laps of fuel. I don't think we need to put a fuel tank fuel. I don't think we're going to... I think managing the tyres shouldn't be an issue on these bikes. So let's see if we can get a good start. Now this circuit is a tough circuit at times. Not so much in the dry, but in the wet it is a very hard circuit. So let's see if we can get a good start. And see how we go. And it's all go. And let's see if we can get a good start. And that is not too bad. We should get into that first corner in front. No. Just lost 1 place. And that is not too bad. So we've managed to hold our position. Let's just stick behind this rider. Oh God, got a little bit wide. Try not to get bumped off early on. And there is a lot of riders in this race. And they're all going to be bunched up. We've got no advantage engine-wise. We're all on the same bikes, same power. It's all about riding skill. Let's see if we can get a nice turn. Oh, too quick round that corner, and we've already taken the lead. Now, like I said, if we dominate in this first race, we're not going to qualify for the second one. And starting from the back, it should be a little bit more interesting. Be careful. I thought it's going to run me off then. God, if I'd come off now, then, God dear, we would have had a real battle to catch up. Just keep it steady. Really chuck them into the corners. And once you get 2 or 3 laps into the race, when the tyres are up to temperature, then we can try and set some decent laps. That's not too bad. 0.4, so are we pulling away? I think we're slightly pulling away, so that is a shame. The AI don't seem to be like they're going to challenge once you get away, and I'm still pulling away already. So definitely for the second race, no qualifying. I don't think we need to. We may not qualify for any of the races in the entire championship. What I might do is just do a couple of laps in one of the free practice just to get to know the circuit on the bike, maybe make some adjustments to the setup. We'll just have to see, but we're already a second ahead, so we're definitely going to dominate in this race as long as we don't crash. So let's just keep on going. Right, coming towards the end, and this has been a really, really easy run. As soon as I got ahead, there was no looking back, no real challenge. We're what, 4.5 seconds ahead, so it'd be interesting to see how hard it is to overtake the entire field from the back. But it's going to be more of a competitive race, which I was hoping for, if I'll be honest. That is it. That's the first race out the way. I didn't really need to push it, to be honest. I wish I'd put all the fuel in. I would have run in power 2 and just gone and tried to get some decent lap times in to see if I could beat that qualifying lap time in the low 152s, but we didn't need to really push it. But anyway, I think we're going to jump straight into the next race with no qualifying, so let's get straight into it. So here we go. Right, so here we go with the second race in today's episode in this Red Bull Rookie Cup. Like I said, we're not going to qualify for this second race. We're going to just jump straight into it, race from the back, and see if this one is going to be even more competitive. So here we go. Right, let's get straight into the race. And I think this time we're going to put all the fuel in, because we're right at the back and we need to push hard from the start. So we're going to have to manage the tyres a little bit better this race. There's a decent amount of riders on the grid. I'm not sure how hard it is or how many laps it's going to take me to overtake the whole lot, but let's see if we can win it from the back. Let's take on the challenge. So here we go. Let's see if we can get a good start. And off we go, 27th on the grid. Let's see if we can win it from this position. So we're going to need to put in some decent laps, I think, into that first turn. And we've already taken a few places. They're all going to be bunched up, so this is where we're going to try and take as many places as we can. Let's try and get nice and tight in. Oh, that was nicely done on the outside. Oh, bit of contact there. Let's be careful we don't get bumped off. And this is started really well and already made about 10 places up. This is a good sign. On the outside into P14, can we hold it? And look how much better we are around that turn. Oh my god, we're just too quick around that turn, and we've managed to get up to P9, and we should be able to get P8. Yeah, P8 from 27th to position 8 in half a lap. Well, there you go. That shows that they're, even on the 120% AI in the Red Bull Rookies Cup, they're not quite at the pace you would expect. And bloody hell, that was a bit of dodgy contact there. Let's be careful we don't get pumped off, otherwise there's me singing my praises and then I'll be like, oh my god, I'm about half a lap behind. So let's just be careful we don't overdo it. They're always coming up the inside. Oh, someone's crashed. Oh, we didn't see many crashes in the first race. Let's keep it steady, just getting forced in a different position into this corner. Got one either side. Let's just be careful. I don't think we really need to push it too hard. Let's just try and hold it in the inside here. And again, just keeping it steady. We're in a good position. There's plenty of laps to go, so I'm not concerned at this moment in time. Ooh, bit of contact there. Be careful. God dear. Oh, someone's coming off. Came off around that corner. So there was another crash. There's 2 crashes. Like I said, didn't see many in that first race, and we're up to P5 after the first lap. So let's chase down these 4. And also in this race, I'm going to try and beat that lap time. Try and break 152. I think it was 152.0 something. I think the fastest rider got in the qualifying session. So let's see if we can beat that as well. Just another challenge to throw in there. These 4 on this lap. We should be able to. We're much stronger around this corner. Let's just try and hold it. It's not too bad. I'll try and manage that second power mode as well, because we don't want to chew the tyres up too much early on in the race. They got a little bit low in the last race coming into lap 6. Not too bad, but like I said, didn't run in power to that much. We managed just to gain on them in that corner. Outside, try and squeeze past into P4, P3, hold it onto this turn. We're already in a podium position, and we're up to P2. So look at this, already we're absolutely flying here. Again, just keep it steady around that corner. Let's just see if we can just get past this bike. Should be okay, but the next 2 races is in France, and that isn't a circuit I'm that great at. So if we start at the back, and I don't know what the weather conditions are going to be, they're on random, so if it's wet and we're starting at the back, that will be an exciting race. So stay tuned for that one, guys, and I will try and do all of them. So that is second lap out of the way, and we're still in a decent position. We're in P2. See if we can get into first place on this lap. We should be able to. We know the weaknesses of the AI on this circuit. He's holding on for dear life. He knows I'm coming. So let's see if we can line him up. So let's get him on this turn. And he's going to hold a bit of a tighter line there. Let's just keep it steady. We should be able to get slipstream here. Are we going to be able to get past him before the corner? Let's just play it safe. No, I'm not going to risk it. Let's just hold on. It's only a matter of time. And we're starting to pull away from the rest of the riders behind. I mean, it is a shame we didn't do both races like this without the qualifying, but you're never sure about how quick the AI are going to be from qualifying to the race. And I wasn't the quickest in the qualifying, but we definitely make a change to that in the next episode, because this race has been a little bit more competitive, and you never know, the AI might be quicker around different circuits. Right, we're starting to close in. We should be able to take this rider soon, and then the next challenge in this race is to break the lap time of a 152, which we were not able to do in the qualifying, and that was the fastest lap time. So let's see if we can do that. Right, he's holding that inside line. Should be able to get past. Oh God, almost ran into him there. Let's just hold a nice position, and we should be able to overtake him on the straights. We've got the same power, so that is always difficult without using slipstream. Right into this turn, is he going to hold that inside line? I think he will. Let's just be careful we don't run into each other. I'm going to come off now, and again, just try and hold a nice position. And have we cleared him? Yes, we have. Once we move it over to that corner, yep, and we are through. Now they should drop off now, and that's a shame they do that once you overtake them. But let's see if we can beat that lap time. So how many laps have we got left? So the next 2 laps, once I get into lap 5, I'm going to put it in power 2 for the rest of the race, and the challenge is to try and break the lap time 1:52. But really interesting to see what weather conditions we get for France, because I think that will be very interesting on these bikes. From the back, especially into that first chicane, that's going to be a nightmare. I can see a lot of crashes happening. Right, onto the apex there, still push it and see if we can beat the lap time. Oh, this is going to be close. Oh, 1:52.011. Oh my God, how close was that? And now we've only got one more lap to try and beat that. Oh, that was so close, so frustrating. We still got a decent amount of tyres left, and we've got less fuel in the tank, so let's see if we can do it now. We're going to have to take some risks, but we have got a little bit of breathing space. The riders behind, and I'm hoping I won't crash, but I'm going to just push it. Who cares? Let's see if we can get that lap time. Want to get the fastest lap of the race as well. I mean, we probably have already got it, but we want to get a sub 1:52 if we can get one, because that last lap was so close. It's got to be as minimal braking as possible in some of these turns, and that is quite heavy on the braking. That's going to slow us down. Not as much braking around here, none at all. Should be able to swing it round. This one, you just need to get that front end turned in. A little bit of braking, get it turned in, and then slowly open the throttle again. Again, a little bit of braking on this one. Just get it turned in. Oh, got a little bit wider there, but we should be okay. Onto the apex again. Tiny bit of braking there, gone wide, and now we don't use the brakes. We've got to just swing it round these turns, try and hold it as tight as possible. And on the final bend, we've got to literally barely brake, because we want to run around that corner as quick as possible and maintain a decent pace. Oh no, we slowed down a little bit more than I would have liked, but that is not too bad. It is going to be very close. I'm not sure whether that's going to beat the previous lap time. And over the line. Oh, I think that was it. I think I did it.
Before we go to Parc Ferme,
yes, a 1:51.928. There you go. Over a second quicker than everyone else. Yep, that was a good lap. And yeah, so we win 2 races around Jerez. Shame each race was in different weather conditions. That would have made it even more interesting. But we never know what weather we're going to get. It's on random. So next race we go to France. But that's a good way to start the championship. And like I said, this is going to run alongside the other series. And don't forget to check out the next episode of my career mode. The race is around Argentina, and we've recorded the one around this circuit as well, and you don't want to miss that one. So there is some really exciting episodes. I'm sorry I've been a bit slow on the episodes recently due to having to go back to work and that. Anyway, let's get into what's coming next. Right guys, in the next episode it is France, 2 races around this awesome circuit. Not sure what weather we're going to get. You're going to have to find out in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and I will see you very, very soon.